You will now hear a series of bagels being crushed. You know, it would help if I unmuted myself, wouldn't it? Yesterday it was not my fault, but today it was. Hello, salutations, my lovely people in my computer. That's you. Oh, everything's out of whack today. There you go. Salutations, people in my computer. Today is April 22nd, also known as Earth Day. Hello to my fellow Earthlings. It certainly helps when I do things properly. I was saying I just ran home just to get on here. Not just to get on here, I live here, so that's why I came home. Salutations. But I was working at school. We were putting together our musical. So I was trying to multitask and do all kinds of things. The kids are doing great, putting their show together, so that is that. I thought I figured out my little page here, but it's not working. So anyway, happy Tuesday, April 22nd, also known as Earth Day. Happy Earth Day to my fellow Earthlings. I hope you're having a great day. May 1st was the original Earth Day, apparently. Nice little factoid. Since today is April 22nd, 2025, and it's Earth Day. Oh, it already said that in the first thing. I'll provide a mix of 6 historical musical events that occurred on April 22nd across various years, spanning classical to modern. Let's just turn that down a little bit. There you go. Still in my head. We're going to stop that. We're going to stop that right now. All right. Let's see. Okay, I didn't read the whole thing, and then I asked it for more Earth Day stuff, but it looks like it already gave me some Earth Day stuff. So let's see. What do we got today? Some musical events that occurred on April 22nd, as well as some notable Earth Day events for 2025. Oh, wait. Oh, I did. Okay, that was after I asked it. Okay. Let's see. Is it the same? Ooh, it's got different. I have 2 sets. And I also asked it for the key of the day. Did it give me the key of the day? It did. Okay, but it gave me some different events. And one of them's Bach, so I'm going to go with that one. Or maybe I'll read 2, because there was only 1 classical. I'm so sorry. I'm an hour late. And, you know, I'm just trying to throw up a good show for you. We're going to play a little music here in a minute. But first, some history. 1739, classical. George Friedrich Handel began rehearsals around April 22nd for his oratorio, Saul, which premiered later that year. On January 16th, 1740, I guess that would be later the next year, wouldn't it? That's a little weird. Maybe a hallucination, I don't know. This Baroque masterpiece, which, with its grand choruses and the famous Dead March, showcased Handel's dramatic flair, captivating audiences with its biblical narrative and vibrant orchestration. Let's get a little Bach in here. 1723, it says classical, but they're just talking about generic classical, not specific classical era. We'll do a video about that. It's actually the Baroque era. Johann Sebastian Bach was elected as the new cantor of the Thomas Kirche in Leipzig. Kirche? I don't know how to read. On April 22nd. And the cantor is like the choir director, basically. This pivotal role led to masterpieces like the St. Matthew's Passion, with his joyful cantatas and organ works shaping Baroque music and delighting congregations for centuries. Little Ella Fitzgerald. 1948, jazz. Ella Fitzgerald performed at Carnegie Hall on April 22nd as a part of a Jazz at the Philharmonic concert. Her scat singing brilliance on standards like Oh Lady Be Good captivated audiences, cementing her as the first lady of song and spreading jazz's infectious energy. 1969, The Who debuted their rock opera, Tommy, that's me, in full on April 22nd at a concert in Bolton, England. Pete Townsend tale of deaf, dumb, and blind pinball wizard, with hits like Pinball Wizard, thrilled fans, marking a bold step in rock's storytelling ambition. What a great album. 1980, Pop's Blondie's Call Me hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on April 22nd, holding the top spot for 6 weeks. Produced by Giorgio Moroder for the American Gigolo soundtrack, its driving beat and Debbie Harry's charisma made it a dance floor staple, radiating 80s pop energy. 1997 R&B and pop. Erykah Badu debut album Baduizm, I don't know these words, was certified platinum on April 22nd by the RIAA, just months after its release, blending soulful jazz with hip-hop vibes. Tracks like On and On introduced her neo sound, earning her Grammy nods and inspiring a new generation. What's up, Emma, in the chat? I just saw you. Are you guys done already? I guess you would be. 2010 country. Zac Brown's band Highway 20 Ride peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart on April 22nd. Its heartfelt storytelling about family and home resonated with fans, showcasing the band's rootsy charm and earning them a spot in the country's modern wave. These events cover Baroque brilliance, jazz virtuosity, rock innovation, 80s pop, neo-soul, and country heart. Diverse and upbeat for your stream's history segment. All right, let's see what we got here. Earth Day events for April 22nd, 2025. Earth Day 2025, marking its 55th anniversary. Interesting. So that would be 1975. Interesting. Has the theme Our Power, Our Planet, focusing on tripling renewable energy by 2030. Here are some family-friendly events with potential musical or interactive elements that could inspire your stream based on recent stories. Okay. The Great Global Cleanup, virtual and local. I don't know how you clean up a virtual world, but we'll find out here. Organized by earthday.org, this initiative encourages communities to clean up trash, aiming for 7.5 million pounds globally. You can join or host a cleanup with a musical twist, like playing eco-themed songs, Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi, via your MIDI controller. It's regurgitating information. It has nothing to do with a MIDI controller. Stream ideas. Share cleanup footage or encourage viewers to pledge eco actions on social media with hashtag EarthDay2025. Tying it to your musical segment. Example, The Who's Tommy era activism. Anyway, let's see. New York City, New York, Earth Day Festival. April 17th, 2025. What? That's not Earth Day. Held at Union Square, this festival, slightly before April 22nd, thanks, I figured that out, features live entertainment, kids activities, and climate art, hosted by Earth Day's initiative. Expect eco-conscious bands or DJs. Perfect for your music vibe. Okay, well, anyway, these are just things that are happening. Ooh, San Luis Obispo, that's where I was in California. SLO, San Luis Obispo Earth Fest, hosted at Meadow Park. This event features live music, eco workshops, and community activities from 11 to 5 p.m. And that just wrapped up, didn't it? Celebrating sustainability. Well, there you have it. Australia, Earth Day Expo. That was April 4th. That's super helpful. Anyway, I guess that's not entirely helpful for us. You know what time it is. Time for the key of the day. Key of the day. What is it? What's it going to be? Throw your guesses up in the chat. We've got 1, 2. It already knows. I'm just trying to build up some suspense and make this interactive. It's like the wheel, right? The wheel's kind of going around, tick, 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 and I'm just like, oh, what is it? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? It is number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be the key of A major, or its relative, F sharp minor. Ooh, that sounds like something. All right. So again, today, we're just going to jam a little bit, okay? I am going to do my theory in a different way. My music theory stuff, we're going to do that in a different way. I'm going to produce some videos. I'm going to cut up the other lives that I did where I covered all of that stuff. You're just here for some music, aren't you? Let's get jamming. That's not the key. Oh, we're over too far. That's what's happening. We were over too far. And also, we're basically adding 20 subscribers a day, which is pretty gosh darn cool. It's a bit hot in here. I was like, what's that sound? It's a bit hot in here, excuse me, while I crank up the AC. That was cool. Something like that. We're just messing around here. We're just having some fun. You gotta let me know what you think. If you like a calmer vibe, I can attempt to keep it calm. If you're trying to do some homework or whatever. It was a little dark in here. I'm missing my purple light. All without stopping the music. you get into it and then you get out of it and you get into it and you get out of it. That was kind of fun. See that? That's a deceptive cadence in a minor key. So we're in F minor, F sharp minor. Now, okay, remember, that was our key of the day yesterday. And we called it G sharp, G flat. Alright? And now, it's literally the same key, but I'm calling it F sharp because we're in the key of A. A has F sharp in it, not G flat. So we need an F of some kind, not a G. You get it? You understand? I'm going to keep saying these things until you get it. You got to let me know in the chat if you're getting it. And if you're watching this after the fact, you got to let me know in the comments if you're getting it. I received one comment, not on any of my lives. I received one comment about my WD-40 video. Somebody who I don't know, was asking if I already did WD-40 to a piano, what can I do to fix it? And I told them, you probably have to replace all the felt. Alright, so if you put WD-40 in there on a felt to kind of loosen it up, it'll never tighten again, and it's just going to be way too loose. I don't know why that person put that video out showing that you could do that, because that's not a great idea. Ooh, okay. Okay, I see you. So I gotta replace all the felt in the piano. Let's take a minute and take a little divergence into something here. I want to show off a couple things. that we have achieved. Let's see, is that showing what I want it to show? I hope so. So we have received 558 subscribers. This is a little view of my analytics, which is kind of fun. Okay, I was doing all these produced videos, spending hours doing them. I was like, man, there's nothing happening. And then I started to go live. And you can't really tell just yet. I mean, from this graph, you can't really tell. But these peaks, this is kind of like the Bitcoin chart, which is something I'm about to talk about anyway. These peaks right here were like twice as big as these peaks. You can't tell right now because of this. If there was a way, can I get this? Can I? Let's see. Can I? Ooh, can I? Ooh, March. There you go. So these are my peaks. This is when I started publishing videos. This is when I started going live. And you can see in April when I started going live, the views started going crazy. February? Yeah, right. The produced videos, it looks like it's a lot of peaks, but it's not. Because as soon as you go here, 2025, you can see it looks like nothing. And those were some significant peaks. You know, what was I getting? Like 20 views or something? I mean, significant for me. Yeah. 16. It was like, wow, 17 people are watching my videos. That's crazy. And then I put out my first short, and it was just like 2,500 views. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So it's been a fun journey. And we're just getting started here. Let's go back. How do we go back? There you go. So that was my short. 3,000 views. I had all these things. Oh, okay, that's a lot of my shorts. Because I put them all out in like a couple of weeks. So all of those added up. 3,000 views on Wednesday, April 16th. That's crazy. That's what we call crazy right there. And we're kind of maintaining. It's up and down. You can see. It's up and down. But overall, 943 views. Now, this is one I don't really understand how they calculate it. Because it's just, it doesn't. Either, I mean, it's entirely possible. Either people will just watch for 2 seconds and then they turn off the video and they're like, boring. Because that's how people's attention span is, which is really horrible. But that is what it is. And we got to deal with that. But look at that. Over 3,000 views. I'm getting close to getting monetized, which is kind of the goal here. I guess I could show you that. I don't think there's anything wrong with me showing you that. I met one eligibility. And so my first step is to get memberships. You know, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. And then super chats, I guess. Yeah. And then shopping, which, I mean, maybe I'll make some t-shirts or something. You guys could buy them and support the channel. All right. But this, I don't understand. Come on, people. Watch my videos. That's why I started doing shorts. I was like, well, crap. Like, what do I do here? So I have 420. That's appropriate for a couple days ago. Shorts views out of 3 million. Oh, my God. And 120 hours out of 3,000. That's my first step. And then the next step, I need 4,000. So I guess it's not a huge leap up from that step, but just getting there is going to be the challenge. I think once it starts picking up, I'm already halfway to my subscriber count for eligibility for ads, which is where I start making money, hopefully. I thought about doing a Patreon. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see a Patreon for this channel. I definitely want to start a Discord or something like that so we can kind of chat in there, throw some resources in there and that sort of thing. And I'll probably be doing that relatively soon because I'll probably do one for this channel too. My HODL Harmony, which is also taken off. I mean, I started this channel late Friday night. So basically Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days, and I have 43 subscribers, and I have 974 views. Now I've been posting a lot of like posts and things like that, right? So I've been doing these posts because Bitcoin is on a tear. It started popping as soon as I made this channel. Basically, when I was editing my videos, it started taking off, and it just kept taken off, and it backed off a little bit, but then it just ripped up today. So if this was my Bitcoin channel, I'd be talking about that. I can start going live tomorrow on that. Ooh, I got a like. Alright, so I can start going live on that, but look at these. I got some videos. If you're interested in Bitcoin, this is a perfect video. It lays out the history and why it exists, how it works, and then I talk about a little piece of technology that I got, a little computer. Alright, so that one's starting to pick up, but not a whole lot. But some of these are taking off pretty good. Like this one, my breakout, and talking about candles. This one I'm particularly proud of. I like this one. These two are part of a longer video that I'm going to be putting out. I have one more section of that to come out, and then I'll just put the whole video out. It's like 45 minutes. But I felt like breaking it up was a decent idea. 12 minutes are pretty digestible. If you're looking at a new channel and you're like, I don't want to watch a 40-minute video from some guy I don't know with a weird purple beard, but maybe I'll give him 12 minutes and 36 seconds. But in reality, it's like people just stop watching. Look at this. That's kind of cool. It's taken off. But look, let's see, where is it? It's just kind of sad. When you look at this graph, and I'll go back over to my other channel and show you too, it's just kind of sad. Your attention span is non-existent after the first 45 seconds. After the first minute, only 9% of viewers are still watching. And kudos to the 3% who make it all the way to the end. Good for you. It's probably just me watching my videos. But anyway, so let's go back here. Let's just pick a video that did particularly well. Wow, 1,000 views on my AI video. That's cool. Let's just go back. Oops, where is it? Analytics. Let's go back down here. And let's look. Okay, that's really cool. I like to see that. That's a beautiful graph. That's kind of cool. That was, watching the premiere. Okay. And then, still, it's just so sad to see this. After 45 seconds, nobody's watching. And then nobody makes it to the end. Nobody. There's such, 1% of viewers out of 1,000 people made it to the end. Oh my God. That's just, it's horrible. It speaks volumes for your attention span as a viewer. Please, please, I implore you. Let me implore you here for a moment. I implore you. As a brand new content creator, that's me right here. I'm brand new at this. Been doing this like 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 weeks. You see me on here. I used to go on for like 2 hours at a time. That's time that I could be doing something else, that I probably should be doing something else. And to get this Bitcoin channel off of the ground, I've spent probably 8 hours in the last 3 or 4 days editing videos. That's a lot. That's a whole lot for people to watch 1 minute and then turn it off. That's embarrassing. You should have more attention span than that. Watch a whole video. You might learn something. I mean, I question whether or not to watch like an hour and a half video, but I routinely watch a 2 hour, well actually I don't anymore because I've been going live, but I used to watch a 2 hour news podcast every night, 2 hours. And then when I had really nothing going on, I would watch another hour after that, and then sometimes even another hour after that. They had like after shows. It's wild how short people's attention span is now. I have such good information to share with you, and it's just sad. It's really just sad that people don't want to listen or what. They get bored, and it's not entirely your fault. It's just not entirely your fault. The algorithm, it just keeps feeding you new and exciting things, and it's a dopamine release when you get something new and exciting, and then something else new, and then something else new and exciting. And it's just like, how do you come down from that? You don't. You just crave it more and more. And then when some weirdo with a purple beard is talking about like, oh, F sharp minor. Oh, that is not a piano. Oh, F sharp minor, and then A major, and it's got like the 5 and the 4. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not important. Just listen. Just listen. I got stuff to share. Go in the comments. Ask me, what the heck are you talking about, bro? Fine. Ask me that. Do it. But watch the video. I put so much time into this. Come on now. Come on now. Rant officially over. Is it over? I think it's over. I was going to keep going, but I'm like, nah, just let it be over. And even on my lives, it's like there are 3 people in here. There were 6 for a minute. People just pop in and they're like, boring, you're just playing some music. Okay. Oh, you're not looking. You're not looking. Look at how cool. This is your reminder to stay hydrated. Let's do a little experiment. I'm gonna let this go for like 30 seconds and then I'm gonna change a chord. I don't remember what chord I was just playing. Hopefully I'll find another chord to go. Whoa, what? You gotta just enjoy it. Did you hear that? Every 30 seconds is a chord. So I'm playing with my pitch wheel over here, and I'm trying, like when I sustain that chord, and I just ever so slightly. Let's see if I can get you to see that. Ever so slightly. Bring that thing up. You almost don't even notice. I mean, if I go like, dang it. There you go. You can see it now. So if I go like, you can hear that I'm playing in a different key now. You can hear that. It's going up a third. Nope, it's going to a second. So it's going up one note from A to B. And so there's all kinds of stuff in between there. So when I play, and I just ever so slightly inch it up, you almost don't even notice that I'm changing it. At a certain point, maybe sharp you notice better. I don't know. We kind of notice it. It's almost like, you know, the the expression of frogs boiling. You know, it's like if you boil a frog slowly, you know, it may not even notice that the water's boiling if it goes slowly enough, hotter and hotter. And like, this feels like the key that I'm in, but I'm already a step up. I'm as high as the wheel will go. If I bring it back down ever so slowly, there's certain points where it hits and it's like, or maybe I move it a little bit too much. We're still only halfway there, I think. Yeah, like, that kind of felt like the key. And then I got back down, you're like, oh yeah, we were down here, weren't we? And if I go low, you barely even notice. If I go real slow. Right there, you kind of notice it a little bit. Right there, it jumps a little bit more. A little bit more. Alright, we'll go back up real slow. It is time to call it a night. I'm trying to limit myself here, and there's only so long that I can just keep playing random things on my keyboard. I do have over 500 voices, so we could keep going for a little while, but there's only so long I can sit here while I'm hungry, waiting to go eat something before I wake up and do it all over again. Let's cue the end. Oh, where is she? Where is Earthenia? There she is. What's happening? Why is it doing this? Yes. I don't remember why, but that was not working. There it is. The relaxing sounds of Earthenia. On this Earth Day, how appropriate is that? A song named after a planet, named after a planet that we live on, named after a song, named after a character in a video game, named after a planet on that video game. Anyway, it's been a lovely Tuesday. Just had to make sure. It's been a lovely Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. I have been Tom Durante, the Maestro, your guide to all things musical here at Durante's House of Music. Your job. You have a job. You have lots of jobs. This is where I kind of level with you about your responsibilities as a viewer and an earthling. I would ask of you to be kind, first to yourself and then to others. As a being of mostly water, I would also remind you to hydrate yourself. You don't want to be all dried up like a raisin. That's no way to live. Fill yourself with water. Drink until you are no longer thirsty. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others, all beings of this earth, whether they are small or large, whether they can speak to you and say hello, whether or not you can understand them, or whether they crawl around on the ground and you have no idea what they are thinking or saying. Even if they bite you or something like that, they don't know what they're doing. They are in defense mode. They can't think like you can. So be kind to them. And some other things that come to mind are hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe, hitting the notification bell so you get notified whenever I go live, even if it's an hour late or whenever. And please share this video with your friends or your enemies, because you need to make your enemies into your friends. That's how that works. So please have a lovely Tuesday evening. Most likely I will see you tomorrow. It may be a little bit later. This is a busy week. We've got our theater production coming up, and so we are just preparing for that. So please have yourself a lovely evening, and happy Earth Day to my fellow Earthlings.